everyone! So today I'm going to be showing you something that I really enjoy doing, which is playing video games. My favorite console, my favorite system to use is, believe it or not, the original Xbox. And the reason I say that, even though we go with like the Ring of Death and the terrible graphics and all of this, it's just the OG for me. And so I love playing games from Xbox, and some of my favorite games are from original Xbox. Now, I know a lot of them are compatible with the 360, but actually my all-time favorite video game isn't. And how frustrating is that? I had to like buy it a couple times because the CDs, they would get scratched even though I would take care of them. Believe it or not, I'm one of those people that would take the CD and put it in the toilet, flush the toilet, and then all of a sudden it would be fine. And so I just started doing that all the time. But yeah, let's dive right into my top 10 favorite original Xbox video games. I also wanted you guys to know that not only am I going to list these games, but I'm also going to be playing their intro clip right after I introduce them. So you can see a little, I guess, sneak peek of what it looks like and what it might be about if you're interested in playing. Okay, so Soul Calibur is the 10th one that I chose. It's a favorite, but it's not my favorite-ist. And so I like it because it is like Mortal Kombat. If you've never played that before, basically you can play against friends or the person that's the computer, and you can just go against them and fight and try to win and get new characters and different things for that. The graphics are awful, I'll admit, but it is the original, and as far as original Xbox goes, this is one of my favorite, and I have a lot of game time on that. Number 9 for me is, the Chaos Bleeds Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, there are 2 Buffys. Keep that in mind, because most of you are like, if you really know who I am obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I am the #1 fan. If there was an HQ quiz about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I'm gonna win, like, hands down. So, but anyway, Chaos Bleeds Buffy. The video game was alright. I felt like I didn't get into it as much as I did the original game, and it is meant to be a multiplayer game. It is fun. It's number 9 for me, and it's in the top 10 Xbox games, but I just had to share it because I love Buffy, and if you like games that you can play multiplayer with, it's definitely for you. Number 8 for me has gotta be that Fuzion Frenzy. So this is another multiplayer game. I love the original Xbox. I still have it. If you were wondering, yes, I do play it on probably a regular basis. But when I have friends come over, Fuzion Frenzy is that original game that I used to play when I was like 5 with my family, and it's actually pretty fun. If you can get past that graphics thing, which pretty much all these games are pretty terrible graphics. They're in original Xbox games. I mean, what do you expect? But yeah, it's fun. It's really hard to explain because it's an interesting, different game, but there's a lot of action in it. They have different kinds of games. Up to 4 players can go against each other, and then if you don't have 4 players, regardless, like, you can play against computers if you really want to. Good luck with that. Number 7 for me is definitely Dance Dance Revolution. If you've never played this, you're living under a rock, because I remember being so excited to play this when I was a kid. DDR is like my absolute favorite action game, and not just action like in the game, like action in real life. and they have DDR at most arcades now. I actually don't like playing it at arcades because it's a hard surface that you're dancing on. Whereas the pads from home, they're a softer surface, so you can get in your socks and feel comfortable when you're jumping up and down on these pads. You gotta be somewhat comfortable. But yeah, I'm obsessed with DDR, and it is a really fun time. I highly recommend it.
For our wrap up, let's give it everything we've got. Go. Ready? Begin.
Artificial amateurs aren't it all amazing? Analytically, I assault, animate things. Broken barriers bounded by the bomb beat. Buildings are broken, basically I'm bombarding. Casually create.
Check out those moves!
Casualties, canceling cats got.
Number 6 is Shrek II. This is another one that has multiple video games. Shrek is a very well-known movie, and they still are very relevant even today. Now, this is another multiplayer game, but you can play it without playing with other people. And I do want to mention that in this game, when you do play with other people, it's a little frustrating sometimes because you can get stuck in some areas, and when you play alone, I actually prefer that because the computers will comply with where I'm going. They'll follow me, they won't mess up really, and they know what they're doing in the game as well. And each character plays a different role, and so they can do certain things. It's really fun, and it is like story mode, and like you're literally playing the movie.
Shrek's back, and this time he's cleaning swamp. Join Shrek and 9 of his friends, including Donkey,
Thorough Blast,
Puss in Boots,
Catwalk,
Big Bad Wolf,
Mega Hub,
Princess Fiona,
Yonatan,
and more. As they take on challenges from the movie and twisted fairy tale worlds never seen before. Shrek and his pals return in Shrek II.
All right, number 5 for me is the Oddworld's Munchies Odyssey. And the reason that I like this game, it's actually really strange, but it's a game that I loved to play when I was a kid, and my dad would play with me, and so I think it's maybe memories more related to that. But it's actually really fun. It is meant to be one person. There's only one player on there. I just verified that. But if you haven't played it before, it is kind of cool, and it's worth trying. As you saw, there is that other Shrek game that's in my top 10. It's Shrek Super Party. I play this with my friend Trevor all the time. Almost every single time we hang out, we have to play Shrek Super Party. It is obviously a multiplayer game, and it's meant to just kind of, it's not like story mode like the last Shrek game that I liked. It is kind of just a board game, but it's a board reality game. It's really cool, and it's very active, and the games are really fun in there. They're like little mini games. So definitely recommend this, and you can play this with people or with people.
Sensing a quiet desperation creeping across the land, Lord Farquaad decides to organize a tournament to entertain the masses. It is my great pleasure to host this fabulous tournament, and incidentally clear up a minor bug infestation we've noted of late. Win games, trade bugs, and collect precious drops. The contestant who first fills their vial to the top with bug juice wins the game. The stakes are high. The winner will be granted their wish.
The third one is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle of Bikini Bottom, and I really, really love this game. It is very nostalgic for me because SpongeBob's just amazing altogether, and this is probably the most realistic and best quality game other than maybe Shrek II, but this is really realistic, and it's one player, and it's just a lot of fun. But you go through the adventures, and it is like you're watching episodes of SpongeBob, but you're creating your own story, and you can adventure through Bikini Bottom.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Hypnotical nonsense be something you wish.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
And drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob
Number 2 is my other Buffy the Vampire Slayer game. It's super fun. It's actually the older version game, but it's the original game. This is thankfully compatible with Xbox 360 as well, because I love to play this all the time. I just recently beat the game after however many decades I've been playing this now. I love it, and I highly recommend it. Buffy, again, is my favorite TV show, but favorite everything. I mean, video games, it made, for especially the time frame this was in, this was like a super popular game and a super popular TV show. And if you've never played it, I highly recommend that. So yeah, my final number 1 video game is Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I recommend this game. I recommend all the games. I've been saying that the whole time, but like, this is the OG of OGs. This is my favorite game. Gauntlet Dark Legacy is a multiplayer game, but you can play it as well as single player. Now, there are cheats that are still online and still available for this game, so you can have like infinite lives or infinite gold and all this stuff. And over the years, I've definitely learned the cheats and how they work, but I've also done the game authentically and through. So it's just really fun. You go through different realms and different dimensions, and you defeat bosses, and then you defeat the main boss. And yeah, just check out the, you'll see what I mean. Just check this out right now.
Time, the evil mage Garm, using the power of the runestones, released a great evil upon the land. This demon, Scorn, broke free of Garm's control, crushing him and imprisoning his soul in the underworld. Scorn then released his minions upon the lands and scattered the runestones across the 8 realms so that they might never again be assembled and used against him. No one has dared try until now. Dark Legacy.
And that's a wrap, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that maybe this inspired you to kind of pull out your Xboxes if you didn't have the Ring of Death, and if you're not aware of what the Ring of Death is, I'll play that at the very end. It's basically what happens when your Xbox just kind of stops working, and it was a big reason why the Xbox is not the favorite of anything, and it just kind of went away, and it's not compatible with a lot of games. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the like button, of course. Click this little bell button so you can get alerts. I try to post different videos every week, and I love to post reviews and unboxings and just kind of like give you stuff that I do with my life. I love video games. I've been playing video games my whole life. I have brothers and my dad, and they love video games, and I've been surrounded by it for forever. So yeah, if you have any questions for me about any of these games, just give me a holler. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.